For more than 40 years, organizers with the no-compromise environmental defense movement known as Earth First have hosted an autonomously organized national meetup called the Earth First Gathering. Every year since 1980, barring 2020 at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, organizers have taken on the task of hosting the event, which has grown from a small gathering of a few dozen environmentalists in the early years to a convergence for hundreds of anarchists, abolitionists, and land defenders. In 2024, organizers hosted the gathering on a rural plot of land in eastern Pennsylvania. Unicorn Riot spoke with some of the organizers of this year's event during the 44th annual Earth First Gathering. Can you start by introducing yourselves, please?
Hi, I'm Emma G, and I'm so excited to have gotten the privilege of helping put this thing together this year.
Hey, I'm Molly, and yeah, same. This is the first time I have actually come to this event, but I also helped organize it this year, and it's been a really cool experience.
Hi, I'm Sam. I've been coming to Earth First for a few years, but this is the first one that I've helped organize.
Can you tell me where we are and what the Earth First Gathering is?
So we're on Lenape-Hoking land, the land of the Lenape, who are the original inhabitants of what is colonially known as Eastern Pennsylvania, Southern New York, New Jersey, and Northern Delaware.
The Earth First Gathering, it has been going on for 44 years now. It's basically a place that environmentalists and activists, leftist radicals from across the country can come and network and get trained and take workshops and learn about movement history, connect with each other.
How many people do you think are here this year?
Right now, 300 people, probably. While we were organizing this, we expected 150 to 200 people by the weekend at peak capacity. It was stressful to realize that we're going to get a ton of people, but also awesome and exciting because we're like, holy shit, people really want this right now.
It seems like there's a lot of different kind of strains of things going on here at the same time. There's, a lot of different people that converge here. There's a lot of younger, kind of traveling people who come and hang out and party a little bit more, it seems like. There's a lot of trainings. And it's like a place for people to kind of connect to each other in a place that is somewhat removed from just kind of our everyday ways of interacting.
I'm curious if you can walk me through what a day at the gathering looks like. What does a typical day look like?
There's a schedule, you can see it, it's in a grid and everything, but it's really self-directed. People go to what they're interested in, what they think is important to them, and, what they have time and capacity and the ability to go to.
There is the hard skills, and then there's the soft skills of how we take care of each other, how we survive repression, what repression looks like, what oppression looks like, and then there's also nature walks and tree identification and foraging and that sort of thing. I've also been just in the last several years so excited to see all the feral children showing up. I love the Earth First kids and the children of anarchists running around barefoot in the woods. I think that the movement has become intergenerational sort of recently, in the last 5 to 10 years, just more and more families are coming, and I just really love that. It's not just intergenerationality, but inclusivity in general. And I've watched over the years how new camps have been added in a way that brings more and more folks with different identities. We have kids camp now, and ever more kids are coming, and we have accessibility camp, and we have what used to be TWAC and is now TTWAC camp, which is Two-Spirit Trans and Women's Action Camp, and ever more women and queer folks are showing up, and we have BIPOC Camp, which is Black, Indigenous, people of color, and we have ever more BIPOC folks coming and Indigenous folks. I've loved watching that type of evolution in the movement as well.
Why organize this gathering?
People from different places that are working on specific campaigns can come and discuss those campaigns and then connect with people that want to then come and help with those campaigns.
Historically, it's a movement of land defenders and environmental justice activists, which is specifically focused on direct action, which is pretty unique. And a lot of tactics that have come out of the Earth First movement, such as tree climbing and tree sits and lockdowns and that sort of thing, have been spread like wildfire across lots of different campaigns and movements. And where in the past, I think Earth First was a banner under which many chapters formed all over the country and had their own campaigns, and then the gatherings were like a time when all the different chapters would like get together and throw down on each other's campaigns in a way, and often the gatherings would have their own big direct action related to whatever the campaign was in that bioregion. More currently, we do still sometimes have actions, but not always, but less and less are there specifically Earth First chapters like using that banner. In like current times, I think that the Earth First gatherings are a place for politicized people on the like lefty radical side of things are able to come together, put their phones away, camp out in tents, be in nature. Mostly I see the gatherings nowadays as like a training ground and a meeting place for growing the movement.
Just seeing this all come together on the left, like, there's so much that I think we've lost in terms of like community, in terms of organizing and stuff, and infrastructure. And I think that there's a lot of that that's still here that we can work through. And there haven't been that many other things that I've seen in terms of like, you know, a national movement of people with these ideas.
There's a lot happening in the world right now that is scary and terrifying. Like, the world is burning. And, like, we're consistently extracting resources. There are wars happening with many people dying. Like, we're losing biodiversity extremely quickly. There's so many things, and so it's just really important for us to be here.
The world and like normal society can be so incredibly alienating, and so it's just really special if you are one of the outsiders of society in one way or another. It's just so powerful to come to a place where it's like all the outsiders of society like wanting to care for each other and learn together.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this, check out all of our coverage from the 2024 Earth First Gathering at unicornriot.ninja.